Hello friends, welcome back. In last video we have seen the various types of hybridization and their geometrical shape. So based upon this, in this video we have to study the valence bond representation of complexes such as the tetrahedral complexes and the square planar complexes. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is the tetrahedral complexes. So we are having the valence bond representation of complexes, in which the first one is the tetrahedral complexes. So we know that the tetrahedral complexes these are formed by the sp3 type of hybridization of metal atom or the ion. So what is the sp3 hybridization? In which one s orbital and 3p atomic orbitals they undergo overlapping, and due to which we get the formation of sp3 type of hybridization. So let's take the first example. Its first example is the complex ion, that is the NiCl4 2- ion. So here first of all we have to find out the electronic configuration of the central metal atom or the ion. So here nickel is the central metal ion. So for this the electronic configurations are, for the nickel, which is having the atomic number 21, the electronic configuration is having the argon core. Argon means it is having the atomic number 18, and then remaining 10, that is a 4s2 3d8. So the electronic configuration of the nickel is argon core 4s2 3d8. But here we know that the oxidation number of the nickel is +2, right? So nickel is in the +2 state. So Ni2 plus, that means the atomic number becomes 26. So we have to remove 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons they are eliminated from the 4s. So the electronic configuration becomes the argon core 4s0 3d8, right? So the electronic configuration for the central metal ion nickel 2 plus is 4s0 3d8, right? So we are having the 8 electrons in the d orbital and 0 electrons in the s orbital. So let's put them in a diagram. So we are having the Ni2 plus, which is in the ground state, right? So first of all we are having the 3d orbital, then 4s orbital, and then 4p orbitals, right? What was the electronic configuration for the Ni2 plus? That was 4s0 3d8. So we are having the 8 electrons in the 3d and 0 electrons in the 4s and 0 electrons in the 4p. So this is the first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron, fifth electrons. First of all they are filled according to the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, and then the next electron will be paired up in the first, then second, and the third. So these are the 8 electrons in the 3d. So we are having the 3d 8 4s0. So this is the ground state electronic configuration. Then we note that for this we are having the hybridization, that is the sp3 hybridization. That means we should have one s orbital and the 3p orbital, they should be vacant, and they all already vacant over here, right? So it is forming the sp3 type of hybridization. So directly we are having the complex ion, that is the NiCl4 2-. So for this NiCl4 2-, we are again having the 3d orbital, 4s and the 4p atomic orbitals. There are 8 electrons in the 3d shell, right? So these are the first of all 5, they are unpaired, 6 will be paired, 7 will be paired, and 8 will be paired. Then the remaining, that is the 4s and the 4p, they are having the first paired electron, the second paired electron, the third paired electron, and the fourth pair electrons. And these are the 4 pair of electrons. These are the electrons from the 4 Cl- ions, and which is forming the complex ion NiCl4 2-, right? So here we can say that the observed magnetic moment of the complex, that is the mu, is equals to 2.95 Bohr magneton, that is the Bm, which indicates there are 2 unpaired electrons, right? And we have seen there are 2 unpaired electrons in the 3d. The calculated magnetic moment of the complex is given by the formula mu is equals to under root of n into n plus 2, where n is equals to number of unpaired electrons, and here there are 2 unpaired electrons. So let's put them in the formula. Mu is equals to under root of 2 into 2 plus 2. which is equals to under root of 2 into 4, which is equals to under root of 8, and that is equals to 2.82 bm. So the observed magnetic moment is 2.95 and the calculated magnetic moment is 2.82 bm, Bohr magneton. So these two values, they are nearby or close by, and hence we can say that this complex shows there are two unpaired electrons, and hence as there are two unpaired electrons, it is paramagnetic in nature. Then further, the geometrical shape. The sp3 hybridization suggests the tetrahedral geometry, right? sp3 means tetrahedral geometry. So this is the tetrahedral geometry. At the center we are having the metal and it is surrounded by the 4 ligands tetrahedrally. So for the complex ion NiCl4 2-, we are having the tetrahedral geometry like this. At the center nickel and surrounded by the 4 Cl- ions. So this is called as the tetrahedral geometry. So this is the first example for the sp3 type of hybridization which is having the tetrahedral geometry. Let's move on. The second example. Second example is the MnCl4 2- ion. So let's see the electronic configuration. Mn, that means the manganese, having the atomic number 25. So its electronic configuration is a 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d5. Or we may write the electronic configuration as it is having the argon core, that means atomic number 18, then remaining 4s2, 3d5. Now here the oxidation number of the manganese is +2. So we can write further it is Mn2+, that means the atomic number becomes 27, or the electronic configuration becomes 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s0, 3d5. Now the 2 electrons, they are eliminated from the 4s, or the electronic configuration is the argon core 4s0, 3d5, right? So the electronic configuration for this manganese 2+ is 4s0, 3d5. So let's put these electrons in the diagram, the box diagram. So we are having the Mn2+ in the ground state. So first of all we are having the 3d atomic orbital, then 4s atomic orbital, and then 4p atomic orbital. Now we know that in the 3d there are how many electrons? This is the first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron, and the fifth electron. There are 5 electrons in the 3d atomic orbital, and here for this example we know that it shows the sp3 type of hybridization. That means 1s orbital and 3p atomic orbital, they should be vacant, and they are already vacant over here. So they are forming the sp3 type of hybridization. So the complex is the MnCl4 2-. Again we are having the 3d atomic orbital, 4s atomic orbital, and the 4p atomic orbital. There are 5 unpaired electrons in the 3d. This is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and the fifth one. While in the 4s there is a 1 pair of electrons, second pair of electron in the 4p, third pair of electron in the 4p, and the fourth pair of electron in the 4p. So there are 4 paired electrons, and these are from the electrons from 4 Cl-. So this represents the complex ion MnCl4 2-. So here we can say that there are 5 unpaired electrons from which we have to find out the magnetic moment, that is the mu. So the observed magnetic moment of the complex, that is the mu, is equal to 5.95 bm, whereas the calculated magnetic moment of the complex, which is given by the formula mu is equals to under root of n into n plus 2, where n is equals to total number of unpaired electrons. And we know that there are 5 unpaired electrons, so mu becomes equals to under root of 5 into 5 plus 2, and which is equals to 5.92 bm. And here we can say that the observed magnetic moment is 5.95, whereas the calculated magnetic moment is 5.92 bm. So it indicates that the two values, they are nearby or close by, and hence this shows that the complex ion has 5 unpaired electrons, more number of unpaired electrons, and hence it is highly paramagnetic in nature. After this, the sp3 hybridization suggests the tetrahedral geometry. Tetrahedral geometry means we know that at the center a metal and it is surrounded by the 4 ligands tetrahedrally. And for this complex ion, that is the MnCl4 2-, we are having the manganese at the center and it is surrounded by the 4 chlorine tetrahedrally, which is called as the tetrahedral geometry. So this is the second example for the tetrahedral geometry, which is having the sp3 type of hybridization. Then the second representation of complexes, or we can say the other examples for the tetrahedral complexes is the NiCO4 nickel tetracarbonyl. Second example is the MnO4-, then CuCN4 3-, then FeCl4-, ZnNH3 4 2+, CrO4 2-, and the last example is the NiEt thrice P 2 times and NO3 2 times. So these are the various examples for the tetrahedral geometry, which is having the sp3 type of hybridization. So second type of representation, valence bond representation, is the square planar complexes. So these square planar complexes, they are formed by the sp2 type of hybridization. This we have to remember that the square planar complexes, they are formed by the dsp2 hybridization, in which the d orbital is the dx square minus y square atomic orbital. So let's take the example. So the first example for this is the NiCN4 2- ion. Again, we should know the electronic configuration for the central metal atom or the ion. So here it is nickel with the atomic number 28. That means the electronic configuration is the argon core, that means atomic number 18, 4s2 3d8. Then the oxidation number of the nickel over here is the 2+ there. So it is Ni2+, that means the atomic number is the 26. So here we have to remove the 2 electrons from the 4s shell. So it becomes argon core 4s0 3d8. So the electronic configuration for this Ni2+ is 4s0 3d8. There are 8 electrons in the 3d atomic orbitals and the 0 electrons in the 4s atomic orbital. So let's put these 8 electrons in the box diagram. So we are having the Ni2+ in the ground state, for which first of all we are having the atomic orbital. First one is the 3d atomic orbital, second one is the 4s atomic orbital, and the third one is the 4p atomic orbital. Again, there are first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron, and the fifth electrons. They are first of all unpaired electrons. Then 6th electron will be paired, 7th will be paired, and the 8th will be paired, which suggests the 3d8 electronic configuration. Then for this square planar complexes, we know that the hybridization is the dsp2 type of hybridization. dsp2 type of hybridization means 1d atomic orbital, 1s atomic orbital, and the 2p atomic orbital should be vacant to fill the electrons from the ligands. So further, the nickel undergo the excited state. Why excited state? Because this 1 3d should be vacant. So in the excited state, again we are having the 3d atomic orbital, 4s atomic orbital, and the 4p atomic orbital. So here in the excited state, this one of the electron is shifted in the adjacent shell, right? So it is shifted in the adjacent shell. So first of all we are having the first electron, second electron, third electron, then the fourth electron, then fifth electron, sixth electron, seventh electron, and this last electron is shifted in the adjacent like this, and this is called as the excited state electronic configuration of the Ni2+ ion, due to which one of the d atomic orbital, then one 4s atomic orbital, and the 2p atomic orbital, they are vacant, which are forming the dsp2 type of hybridization. So these are forming the dsp2 type of hybridization. Then the complex that is the NiCN4 2 minus. So in the complex again we are having the 3d atomic orbital, then the 4s atomic orbital and the 4p atomic orbital. In the 3d we are having the first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron, right? And then again the fifth one paired, sixth one paired, seventh one paired and the eighth one paired. These are the electrons from the central metal ion. Then the remaining, that is a D, 1D, 1S and a 2P. The electrons, they are from the ligands, that is the cyanides. So this is the first pair of electron, second pair of electron, third pair of electrons and the fourth pair of electrons. So these are the four pair of electrons, or we can say that these are the electrons from the four cyanides. Instead of chlorides, here it is cyanides. So further we can say that the two unpaired electrons in the ground state of the Ni2 plus ions pair up in the excited state, right? And the pairing energy here, it is supplied by the formation of four strong bonds in the complex. As all the electrons are paired, we can say that it is a dimagnetic in nature. Then the observed as well as the calculated magnetic moment is 0 because it is having no unpaired electron. And the central metal ion undergoes dsp2 hybridization, which suggests the square planar geometry. And the square planar geometry here for this complex ion is at the center we are having the nickel. It is surrounded by the four cyanide ligands, which is having the charge 2 minus. So this is the square planar geometry for the NiCN4 2 minus. So this is the first example. Then we are having the second example. Second example is the CuNH3 2 plus ion. It is a square planar complex ion. This is the structure of this square planar complex ion, that is the CuNH3 2 plus ion. At the center we are having the Cu2 plus and it is surrounded by the 4 NH3 in the square planar fashion. So for this again we are having the electronic configurations. Copper atomic number 29, that means the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, 3d10. Or we may write argon, that means atomic number 18 plus 4s1, 3d10. Then for the Cu2 plus, here the copper in the oxidation state plus 2, so it is Cu2 plus, that means the atomic number becomes 27. That means we have to remove the 2 electrons. So the 2 electrons, they are eliminated as 1 electron from the 4s and 1 electron from the 3d. So it becomes 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, then 4s0, 3d9. Or it is argon core which is having the next 4s0, 3d9. So we have to fill the 9 electrons in the 3d atomic orbital and 0 in the 4s. So let's put these electrons in the box diagram. So we are having the copper Cu2 plus in the ground state. So we are having the 3d atomic orbital, then the 4s atomic orbital and the 4p atomic orbital. So in the 3d we are having the 9 electrons. So this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. All they are first of all unpaired. Then the sixth one will be paired, seventh will be paired, eighth will be paired and ninth will be paired. Right. So this is 3d 9 4s 0. Now for this complex ion, what is the hybridization? It shows the dsp2 type of hybridization. That means this 1d atomic orbital, 1s atomic orbital and the 2p atomic orbital, they should be vacant. Now here this 3d having one unpaired electron, that means these electrons must be shifted somewhere else to make this vacant for the dsp2 type of hybridization. So we are having the excited state electronic configuration for the Cu2 plus, in which first of all again we are having the 3d, then 4s and the 4p atomic orbitals. In the 3d we are having, we can say that this last electron from the 3d, it is shifted in the last electron of the 4p to make the 3d vacant. So in the 3d we are having the first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron, right? Then fifth will be paired, sixth will be paired, seventh will be paired, and the eighth will be paired, right? Then by using this we can say that the 1d, 1s and the 2p, they are vacant. And finally the last electron, the one electron from the 3d, it is shifted to the last shell of the 4p. So in this way we are having the dsp2 type of hybridization. Then the complex, that is the CuNH3 2+. Again we are having the 3d atomic orbital, 4s atomic orbital and the 4p atomic orbital. In the 3d we are having the first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron. Fifth will be paired, sixth will be paired, seventh will be paired, and the eighth will be paired. Then the last electron, it is in the 4p. Further we are having the first pair of electron, second pair of electron, and third pair of electron, and the last is the fourth pair of electrons. So these are the 4 pair of electrons which are given by the 4 ligands, or we can say that these are the electrons from the 4NH3. So this is regarding this complex ion CuNH3 2+. Now here we can say that there is a single unpaired electron, right? So from this we can say that if we place the unpaired electrons in the 3d orbital, right? If we place that unpaired electron in a 3d orbital itself only, it would suggest the sp3 hybridization. That means the tetrahedral geometry, right? Secondly, if we use the 4d orbital, that means the outer orbital, to form the sp2d type of hybridization, which is also not possible as it requires high energy for the promotion of electron, which makes the complex unstable. However, this complex is highly stable. So the failure to offer a satisfactory explanation for the bonding in stable complexes such as CuNH3 2+ is the major weakness of the valence bond theory. Other examples for this are PtCl4 2-, PdCl4 2-, PtNH3 2+, and AuCl4 2-. So these are the various examples for the square planar complexes. Thank you. In the next video, we have to study the valence bond representation for the trigonal bipyramidal complexes and the octahedral complexes. Thank you.